I believe so. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. We are live. I got my boy Richie and Crimson Chin here with me. The
The
nice.
draft has started. Unsurprisingly, FFG immediately banning Kha'Zix. That's basically just guaranteed against TMG.
Yeah, I feel
Trevor's
like it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be three jungle bands.
ah, it can be, but I also feel like if you throw all of them at Trevor, I feel like I would throw two maybe sometimes, but I feel like any more than that, a lot of times it's like, well, he's got other stuff he can play regardless. But like Kha'Zix, he's someone who's almost been Masters tier multiple times and is a
Like I,
Kha'Zix main, so
I think my one thing is like, you can't really ban Bradley out. So
no.
I think target banning Trevor like with 3 or 4 bans is totally fine. Trying to get him on something that isn't as oppressive.
I would argue too, though, that both of them have a pretty solid champ pool, barring like
Yeah.
getting rid of like that really big power pick in Kha'Zix, or maybe even like a solid team fighting jungle like Diana that he likes a lot. If there's a certain pick that goes against your comp as well, but he's got other stuff. Like you ban 3 junglers and he's still gonna play like. I mean, he likes ganking jungles like Vaya, Moo Moo. He likes Echo a lot. He's gonna have a comfort pick regardless. Whereas, not that they have like a small pool, but they definitely have a smaller pool than Bradley and Trevor in like the Arc Lecter and AD Carry and Sergeant Shemithral top lane. Uh, one more ban thrown at them is going to be a lot more significant. Like if you throw a couple bans, if you're able to at either of them, it could hurt the pool quite a bit.
Why won't it mute?
Oh,
It won't mute the stream.
really?
Here, we're just gonna do this. There we go. All
So
right.
Vi first pick is kind of surprising to me. I wouldn't thought like Vi has the kind of priority to be a first pick.
Only thing again is that Trevor does like it, but
True.
again, you're not really taking him off comfort if you're using that as a takeaway. He still has plenty of stuff he can pick,
Yeah, I
but they
am.
might think that he wants it and they might just like it a lot.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
kind of surprised that they choose to like use their priority first pick on it. Like
Yeah,
you think they'd want to get like Sergeant Mithril on the Orn or something like that, like guarantee that kind of like
yeah.
the weaker side of your.
Yeah,
Oh wait,
Sergeant's on TMG.
FFG's
Yeah,
yeah, FFG's on Blues. I'm dumb.
yeah. No. I mean, I mentioned Trevor, something I did 3 off, but I was just saying it's like a takeaway from Trevor. They might have wanted to do. But
Okay.
I was going to mention the Diana is that I think he actually prioritizes that much higher than he does the Vi. I think his top two actually are, if I had to guess right now, are Kha'Zix and Diana, and he never gets to play Kha'Zix. So
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
we actually just scrimmed TMG. My team did last night. We played 3 games, and Diana was a priority pick in that series for sure.
He has to try and upstage my games the other night.
Yeah. Did you play some Diana?
Oh yeah,
Or just
I went 11-1-8 on Diana.
yeah, do it.
Yeah.
I love that champ.
Jin and Zyra again picked up for FFG. Pretty strong bot lane duo there.
Yeah, it's
Really
definitely
lane oppressive.
yeah.
Yeah.
One thing is Ezreal's a safer AD carry pick, so
Yeah, as it feels pretty safe. Like you can get like a roaming engage support for TMG
yeah,
here, and then have him go and roam and help elsewhere on the map because Ezreal can just sit under a tower and farm.
I agree completely. I don't think you pick for lane at this point because
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think Ezreal's. I mean, your Qs are going to be getting blocked by plants. Zyra's just oppressive as hell in
Yeah.
lane.
Yeah.
Like
I do
you
get
just
the
you just let him
Yasuo
try to
Diana combo
exist
though.
and yep. Oh, they did that in our
Yeah.
scrim yesterday, and I mean, obviously the picks. That's just a really good combo.
Yeah.
It covers for a couple things. Diana ult sets up Yasuo ult super well. On top of that, you're getting magic damage in the jungle, which a lot of times Yasuo messes up comps because it's too AD heavy then.
Yep.
So covers both of those.
My one thing is Ezreal only has one blink, unless he wants to blow his flash. So if they leave Ezreal in the bot lane by himself, I would expect, especially with this really lockdown heavy first round phase picks here, for Ezreal just to be routinely tower dove. Um, so I think you could play a roaming support, but you need something that is safe as well.
Yeah,
Like like I think like Thresh. I think Blitzcrank would be really good here too if they wanted to play it. Um,
yeah. I mean, roaming supports aren't like most of them aren't like terrible for lane, barring like if you picked like even Alistair's okay, but I don't think he'd be the best here. They like Sona in our scrims last night too, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that locked in. But Then you're just kind of saying, well, play safe. That lane's you're probably going to lose that lane, but Ezreal Sona does scale up super well.
Yeah, they're not picking that. Ooh.
Oh
Oh,
god.
the
I mean,
MF, the
that's
Let's
classic Zyra
go!
that's
plan.
actually
Let's
yeah,
Let's
that is
go.
originally
go!
played as a Zyre counter, so
He's playing Ezreal though, not Ash.
yeah.
It's okay. It
But
still works.
yeah, same
I
thing.
imagine.
Yeah,
Used to E slow to land like the Ezreal ulti.
I was actually
But
kind
yeah,
of
that's
I
the original
was
counter to Zyra. For people who don't know, your MFE just destroys the plants immediately, unless that's different now. But
well, no,
also good for
it definitely
yeah.
still does.
Wait, isn't it the it's the MF passive that does it, right? Or
No, it's the E. I'm
I
pretty
think
sure.
E'll shred him down, but
Yeah,
I think her passive might count as well.
because
I
the
think she's
left,
just really good
well, the
in
left tap
general.
counts as 2 hits, like one hit and then two
Yeah,
hits, so it would
yeah,
as well.
yeah. I think she just got a good kit to deal with the plants.
so I'm looking at FFG's draft, and I'm trying to figure out which champ is going mid and which one's going top.
So more than
That's
likely he'll
definitely
spawn for
Poppy.
mid.
That's definitely Poppy top.
Yeah,
I mean,
I would be surprised if
I
they
played Vi
ultimated.
top.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not impossible, but
Yeah.
I definitely think it'd be, I'd be willing to put money on it's going to be, Poppy, Vi,
Yeah,
Lissandra, and Zyra.
I do like the
But
Poppy pickup
it's
here
not
though.
possible.
I do like the
I
Poppy
do,
pickup here though.
especially with
It's
Diana Yasuo. She
yeah.
makes Diana's
Well,
life just
and Ornn,
miserable in team fights.
if Poppy times her W well enough, he can stop the Ornn
Yeah,
RT.
the second charge, yeah.
Into
But one of the
Eve, yeah.
things I also like for TMG too, like the second phase of bans and draft, I like that they went and used both of their picks to kind of protect Sergeant Mithril, knowing he was probably going to pick the Ornn or another,
Yeah.
engaged tank top. You take away a Darius and a Mordekaiser, champs that can kind of really run him over in lane. So I like them protecting Sergeant Mithril, picking that tank top.
Especially since Ornn is he's fine. He deals a lot of damage in lane as well, but like he also is a kind of scaling pick and gives out a lot of free stats to the team. So
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
that pick can just survive, he
like-
generally is worth a ton to the team later.
like 4,000 gold.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a
something
lot.
ridiculous fucking
Yeah.
number. Yeah. And he's just a really strong laner. Like that guy. A lot of people underestimate the Ornn damage. Like he does so
Oh, God, yeah.
much damage.
Oh yeah, he does.
And for being just a massive tank, like
He's the classic tank assassin,
Yeah.
whatever.
especially if
Bruiser.
you can get the triple brittle proc.
Oh
like,
god, yeah.
Oh my god, that stuff just hurts, man.
Well, like if it is the Poppy going top into the Ornn, assuming they're both like level 3 or and further past that, if the Poppy just saves her W, if like the Ornn does the Q and then tries to E, for the Q knockup, like Poppy can go and stop his like full on damage combo with just her W negating him. So I think trading wise, Poppy still beats the Ornn in fair trades.
Yeah, and Poppy's pretty safe against the Diana as well, as long as he doesn't use her W. Her I
Yep.
don't know what the skill is called, but as long
I
as she
think it's
does,
steadfast presence, I believe.
yeah, as
Yeah.
long as she doesn't use that just like willy nilly, she should almost never die in lane.
Yeah. I don't think either of them have the biggest skill pressure on each other. At least
Well-
early on, I suppose they both have good damage, but
Yeah, they both do. Both of their main damage abilities do max health.
Yeah.
Poppy Q and then Ornn W, right?
But Ornn
Yeah.
Ornn also has his passive, which also does max health. So it's like,
Yeah.
if in terms of like sheer damage, I think Ornn still wins.
Yeah.
Unless Poppy can obviously get like the wall slam.
Yeah.
Which Ornn can also negate using his W. So it's probably just a beef boy skill mashup in the top lane
Yeah.
right now. Like
it would be an error on Ornn's part, but it'd be funny to see if Poppy gets to slam him into his Q pillar.
yeah, that would be pretty funny.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. That's a good
Played
point.
yourself.
Who you guys think's gonna win?
So it's tough to say. I would probably give the edge to TMG. Again, we just scrimmed them last night, 3 games. They are looking really good. The Diana Yasuo combo, you got, one of, if not like, for sure one of the top 3 like mid jungle synergies. Both the players are super good on TMG, and they play together all the time. They're good friends. Like, the synergy's there. And you have
top,
like
top.
one of the best combos. I mean, like, I don't want to like discredit other people, but they're
No,
super good. Like,
it's Rihi and Glass Cannon. That's the
yeah,
top one.
we're the top ones. So then I don't know. Take your pick if they're second or third, I suppose. We're number one, of course. And then I don't want to offend you guys. So I don't, whatever.
I don't know.
They're good.
I really like FFG's comp as well.
Yeah,
They have the lockdown
good
for
pick.
the high prio targets. They have the beef. They have disengage for the Ornn ultimate and all that stuff. So I don't know. I think it'll come down to if TMG can execute their team comp, then I think they win. But
Yep.
it's a pretty difficult one to execute by the looks of it, in my
I will
opinion.
say it's going to be tough because, Jin and Zyre are both, I mean, we've all seen like Jin being the fast, but barring like him just getting the high attack speed, move speed, crits rolling on late game, he's an immobile AD carry. You have him and Zyra. You have Diana to set up Yasuo. You have Ornn to set up Yasuo ult. If Diana pulls Yasuo ult and MF's ulting on top of that, like, you're probably just dead unless you're maybe Poppy at full health, and then you're probably just dead right after anyways.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's like tough to set up all the time. But if they get like one good combo like that late game when the death timers are a little long, like you can lose a lot off that. And I mean, yeah, they have Poppy W, steadfast presence to block the Diana entry, possibly. But Trevor's smart. He'll probably play around it pretty
I
well.
wonder,
And you get one good combo off, and it's rough.
does Poppy W stop Yasuo ult?
No, it's a blink.
It's a
It
blink.
counts as a
Okay.
blink. Yeah, he doesn't actually technically dash to him. He just appears at them basically in true anime style.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've been finding out a lot of stuff about stuff like wind walls and stuff like that recently.
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong. There's things too where I like think an interaction goes one way and then I see it and it was just wrong. But yeah, I agree. There's a lot of things where it's like you just don't run into it, especially since I joined the league. I've just been spamming mid. I was playing top earlier today, and I think the interaction was like Ornn R2 into my Azir ult. I wasn't sure if I had time to like wait for my ult to push my after it ever, and yeah, I just got
Alright.
destroyed by the R2. So, yeah.
I'll be right back. Give me like a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, you got like 2 minutes, so you're good.
Well, I didn't do my prediction yet for this.
Oh, true.
Like, I like FFG's comp except for the Jin. I don't know. I just haven't been a really big fan of him as an AD carry as of late. I like everything else though
Yeah.
for FFG. Like, I feel like a lot of FFG's like success, if they're playing like more on like the defensive side. I mean, Lissandra is super good at punishing someone. Like if TMG goes and tries to do their wombo combo engage, if the Diana goes in too early, a good Lissandra
Yep.
R response can stop a lot of that engage from happening. But I think that's too much to put on like, at least from how I'm looking at these fights
Yeah.
to happen. Because that's the only person that can really peel the Jin all that well.
Yeah.
I mean, Poppy R could turn a fight from like a 5v5 into a 4v5, or even a 3v5 or less. But I just think TMG is gonna have so much stuff coming at him, and I have faith that they'll be able to pull off the wombo comp, and I don't think FFG will be able to deal with it.
Yeah, and it's not like you need to pull it off every fight, right? Like,
Yeah.
if Diana gets whatever, like stopped with a Poppy W or something, worst case, Diana dies, you peel back, one person's down or whatever. But like you get one or two good combos off, and that can just like turn the game around, or get you catapulted ahead. And like
Yeah.
you said, they have a hard time peeling all of that. You have like Poppy and Lissandra that are kind of like the peel duty. Yeah, you got like ViQ and could kind of like alt to peel, but that feels really bad if you're alting to peel with Vi, I feel like. Um, to touch on the Jin, I think it's not bad here just because like they are kind of a pick comp with like the Lissandra Vi, even Zyre a little bit. Poppy
Yep.
can kind of fill that niche too of like speeding in and trying to slam someone into a wall, and Jin does follow up picks well. But yeah, it does not without its weaknesses, and you have a Yasuo wind wall to stop like W's or ulties from him. So
Okay.
Yeah, and I
Welcome
feel like
back.
like
just in time.
FFG also gets outscaled really hard by TMG
Yeah.
this game.
Right.
So FFG is like the onus is on them to go and I think really go and grab this game by the balls and probably have it done and dusted by 25 to 30 minutes, or else they probably just lose.
Yeah, I think it definitely gets harder and harder for them. And like looking at TMG as well, not that it isn't necessarily the case as well on FFG, they all are kind of, threats as well. But if you do get scaling, and TMG does scale pretty hard. Like if you manage to catch the Diana or Yasuo, the fight's not instantly won. Because I mean, even Ornn, like we were talking about, even he does a lot of damage if he's just left unchecked to be. In fact, during our scrims yesterday, my buddy Mac filled in for a top laner, was playing Ornn, and he was tanking like 3 people and just like basically killed 2 of them. I was like, what the hell's this champ? And hey, Andrew's in the chat saying TriCast of my dreams.
Yeah.
Love
The
you,
other
buddy.
thing, like think about the Ornn too. Like once he gets that state, like, mid to late game where he's tanky, what kind of DPS does FFG have to deal with him? Like
Right.
who's gonna shred a tank Ornn?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Lysandra could go Leandries. It's less common. I think Zyre does go Leandries, but that's like,
Yeah.
I mean, Zyre does do a lot of damage, so that's not impossible that she eventually. But it's even going to take her a little bit, I think, just because she's on the support income.
Well, and I was also thinking about while I was gone. So I think the Poppy was genius in multiple ways. So if Poppy's quick enough in going into these team fights, nice little skirmish going on in the top lane here. Good trade for a con artist. But if Poppy's quick enough in these team fights with the Diana gauge, if she just uses her E to push her out, like the Poppy's gonna take one for the team essentially. But that's like,
Poppy's a really good answer.
that's like
for
30,
Diane for team fights, for
35%
sure.
of like the entire team fight potential of TMG.
But keep in mind, if she can't do I think if she doesn't get the W off though, the Diana ult's already going off as Yasuo R has them suspended in air during the Diana R. So that's like the really good part about that combo is like it sets up Yasuo, yeah, but it also keeps everyone in the Diana ult. So if she can't stop the initial R and Yasuo's in range,
Yeah,
I think everyone's gonna get hit. But
that's such a small
she
window.
also
though.
can stop. She can stop the E, and that's the big thing is if Trevor doesn't, it's a lot is going to hinge on Trevor being patient and playing it smart, which he normally is. But he's human; he could play it wrong, and I mean, some situations are really tough to play around. But a lot's going to just rely on how he plays around the Poppy W. If he can get in there and get a good ulti off, it'll be great. But yeah, Poppy does have a really good answer for it for sure.
Yeah. Also, early rewarding to both teams on that early invaded the opponent's blue, so they saw where I think both junglers started or sussed it out.
Yep, exactly.
Ooh, big damage.
Nice trade from Hymek. Oh yeah.
And I just realized that FFG does have a sub in their jungle right now.
Yep, it's their rostered sub, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming someone they've played with before, and the synergy's probably at least a little there. But yeah, it's not their full normal roster.
Yeah, I know that guy personally actually.
Oh, nice.
He's a old friend from St. Cloud of mine and
Hell yeah.
con artists and Darktavians.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so you know Dark Tavian and everything. I didn't know you.
Oh yeah, we went to
them
college
personally.
together. Me, con artist,
That's awesome.
Darktavian all went to college together. That might be a
First flash.
Yeah.
Really good trade.
That
Connor's
Poppy E was
playing very well.
like half a Teemo away from stunning him into the
Oh
wall.
yeah.
If she got the stun, he was dead.
Yeah, about as close as it could get.
Yeah.
Something's
Diana
wrong
coming
with
up here too, and Ornn's TPing back.
something's wrong with this here.
What's up?
This isn't showing CS.
Mine is.
Yeah, I'm seeing it too.
Oh,
There
if
we go.
anything, I can do
I just had
CS
to,
checks
I
for you.
just had to refresh it. We're good.
Okay, cool.
That Poppy just outplayed Trevor so hard. That was
Yep.
super good about the Poppy. To E to get distance away from the Ornn. W'd when he tried to come in. Diana wastes a flash, and Poppy doesn't waste anything.
Yeah, if you're FFG, you're liking that because again, a lot does hinge on how these two champions interact with each other in team fights, and if Poppy's gonna be on top of it like that, that's a good look. Yeah, you can't really do much to Lysandra here, but you do at least force out the claw.
Yeah,
Diana was
she's
already going to be coming down this way regardless, so...
Oh. Yeah, Lola does get the scuttle. I don't know if this
Yeah.
is a fight that FFG wants. Ooh, nice dodge from my back is sort of dodge that Vi Q. Vi has to flash over the wall to get out, but the first one will go down.
Poppy does teleport, but too late to contribute.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
nice.
I thought they were just gonna kind of go and take the scuttle win and get away because Lysandra was too low to fight it 2v2 there.
Those are really
I think
nicely
they
placed.
somewhat tried.
Really nicely placed Diana Q.
Yeah, Trevor's coming from
Yeah.
behind too. I don't think he's caught on vision either. Just waiting for the misfortune to get here. They're gonna have a 3v2. I think the Zyra is dead for sure. Jin's forced to flash. Zyra flashes.
Oof.
Nice. So this is what you don't like to see now if you're FFG, where
Ooh. And that,
hyper strong, jungler of both Trevor and the champion Diana is 201 at 445. So this is what happened in one of our scrims last night, kind of, where Trevor just took over the game. And yeah, unfortunately, regardless of the super good early play from Con Artist, that teleport mid does kind of give Ornn the lead again, and now he's on the back foot. So,
Yeah,
regardless of really good play, he tried to help out the team, and yeah.
solid 2K gold lead at 5 minutes here for TMG.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trevor turning that failed gank top and be like, okay, can't gank top, I'm just gonna go gank everywhere else.
Yep.
Find a success eventually.
And what you can do on Yasuo, actually, if you get on top of her like that, I don't know if he had it, but you can Windwall the Claw, and that completely removes Lissandra's escape. She'd probably be dead there if you Windwall the Claw, because it is a
I didn't know that.
projectile. Yep.
That was a nice flash coming out of High Echo there. Probably would have died
Absolutely.
if that Q hit.
Yep.
And also, we haven't touched on it yet, but looking at the runes from do any of the rune choices for anybody like jump out as strange to you guys?
No, they all look pretty. I'm not a big fan of Conquer on Diana personally, but
I think it's actually, personally, I think it's her best rune. What would you prefer on her?
well, if you're going full AP, you're all about burst. You know, like I
I would
think
agree, but she
think-
stacks that conch so fast.
I think
Poppy's
I think Electrocute is just so good on her. Ooh,
I think you
missed
could
it
absolutely
again.
make that argument, and I think it'd be totally fine here. Oh, so close.
Yeah.
Feels really
So, like,
bad if you're Poppy here after that early game you
Yeah,
played, and
and-
then going this way.
Yeah, and I really like really bad Z2 going all in and diving into Lissandra or under tower before she hits 6, because if she hits
Yes.
6, then it's really hard to dive her under tower, but he hits 6, just immediately goes in, and then Diana goes, roams top on the Poppy. Poppy was pushed in, trying to get that wave crash, and then reset, and then punishes her, so the snowball keeps on rolling down the hill, and it's getting bigger every second.
Yep. They are actually going to sneak a dragon here. This is big just because the scaling is on the side of FMG, or sorry, TMG, I would say. But, there is a chance, and if you're willing to, try to get some of these dragons, and Soul's going to be huge regardless of who gets it. So, like, if you're able to get some of these dragons and threaten a Soul, like, maybe you can trade a Baron for a Soul and wait out the Baron or something later. That's one of the few ways you can, win even if you're getting behind early, is if you manage to somehow get these dragons. And at the very least, it slows down that win condition of, they're looking with that 3K gold lead already where they could start stacking dragons and, have Soul by 25 minutes or whatever. And, then it's like the game's looking doomed. But even slowing that down by 5 minutes or whatever can be huge.
Yeah, and it's also just a good macro response from then too. Like you see,
Yeah.
the jungler top side. Okay, like what can we get on the opposite side of the map? Drake's up. Let's go get Drake.
Absolutely.
Trevor down here again. Flashes.
Ooh,
Flash
misses-
early.
Misses the Q. But this will
Yeah.
be Sentinel win going down. Low 98
Yeah.
Bidoof about to go down as well. Isn't able
Obviously
to get
worth
out.
it. Get both, but I think
Yeah,
the Flash
trying to-
essentially did nothing there. Because,
Was
I
out a
mean,
little late
Zaya's
to the party
already...
here.
Yeah.
Oh, I had
there's
6
two
kills.
of
Echo
them.
is here though. He
and then ult.
doesn't have flash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
what do you think the odds are that they're playing Misfortune support because the new skin?
I mean, Lucy,
I mean,
Lucy
where's the
Lulu had
fight?
it.
Where's
yeah,
the
that's what I'm
fight
saying.
at?
I know that Ashen Knight skin's just badass.
It looks so cool.
Yeah, Trevor is everywhere. Andrew's unsurprisingly 303 at 8.5 minutes, dude. Just maybe he's all right at League of Legends. I'm not sure.
Only
What's
alright.
nuts too is like look how much ganking he's been doing, and he still has more
Yeah.
farm than the Vi too.
Well, Diana's clear is just nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely
gave-
nuts.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they gave her passive that buff to monster damage, like it's champ's just insane.
One or two main damage abilities are large AoEs too, so
Yeah.
like yeah, her
Free attack
play is just
speed.
so nuts. Ooh, big stun coming out. Connor is here. The headbutt comes out.
Oh, but here
Riddle
comes
damage
Trevor.
is huge. And here's comes Trevor again.
So
I would have
yeah.
I would have aimed for the Diana there, but
yeah, I mean either way, I think you're probably kind of as well, but I build the collector when you are the collector.
Yeah.
Collector Diana, so we're gonna see probably pretty good. 5% execute.
oh,
Oh,
big play
nice
coming
play
out
from their
below
bot
98
lane.
Bidoof. The turn
so
call comes
Ezreal
out.
comes into block.
Oh, good
I
heal.
think- yeah, I think if they didn't heal, the speed allowed them to get away from one of those shots. I think they would have died if they didn't heal.
Really well played by Joe. He eat in to block a couple shots that would have killed MF, and then healed the last one so they could both get out.
Yeah, that was super well played by their bot lane there.
Yep. And a good start to the fight, though, from the side of FFG, for sure.
Yeah,
They
and
do
like I
get
said,
some
like,
blown sums for just their
Yeah.
ultis.
Yeah, and like they have the stronger 2v2 too, so it makes sense. Like, okay, you know, we've got to start getting some wins on our team and on the map somewhere
Yep.
here. We'll take the 2v2. So
Trevor really likes these over the Raptor Wall ganks, but he does not have a way to get over there since he has no flash.
Big play coming out of Lord Loud and High Echo.
Yep.
Really bad Zed will go down.
This is
Dragosaur is here though. This you can't group up with this Diana ulti. They did it. Oh.
Yeah, 2v1, but some champions they actually get a little bonus
Yeah.
with multiple people there. So.
Diana's like the Alawi of the jungle. You can't.
Yep.
Yeah, like you can't have that.
yeah,
Nah,
plus I mean they
very
used
well played
all
by
the
Trevor.
resources just to kill the asshole, which is a good play.
Yep.
I mean, like, you know, I mean Lysandra and, you know, Vi can lock him down. He can't, you know, do his dashing about. But if you use everything to go and kill the Yasuo, then when the Diana comes to knock and you can't go and fight her when all of
No.
your tools are down.
But I mean, good on Trevor to also know, yeah, it's 2v1, but I can do this. Like, they used all their stuff. Like, you know, he's like, oh, this might be sketchy. It's a little risky, you know? I mean, you're this far ahead. You don't necessarily need to make, you know, risky plays. But he probably saw that and went, no, this isn't risky. I can pop.
Yeah. So also, I mean, given how far ahead Trevor is right now, do you guys think he's the kind of person to ever go and build, like, a Darkseal or Magi's?
I think a lot of junglers that can use AP well should just probably, a lot of times, just get Darkseal and see how it goes. In my opinion, I feel like a lot of AP junglers just tossing a Darkseal. It's so efficient if you get even a few stacks on it.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at like the gold right now too. He's got 6,300. He's doubling anybody else on the map pretty much on the opposing team anyway.
Yep.
And he's just finished his proto belt and his Sork shoes, and also a recurve bow with an.
I mean, yeah, he's at 6,300 gold. The highest on FFG is 35,500. So he's almost double anyone on their team. So like, he's gonna kind of have to mess up pretty bad at this point to die, unless they just have a really good play on him.
Trying to lock the Yasuo down. Flash is.
Diana is here though. She might go for this. Nope. They're gonna get back out.
Ooh, very
big
close.
Ezreal.
But this is what you like to see on FFG. Their comp is more of a pick comp, so they got to keep doing this. If they can get that 1K shutdown onto a key person on their team from Diana, like that's huge. He's going Nashor's second, so a lot of Dianas go Zanya's second, and he is really ahead, so I get it. But I almost think you do go Zanya's here because, like, again, one of the few ways they lose at this point, I think, is Trevor getting caught. Very minor thing, but I think probably the safer pick for sure is just go Zanya's because oddly enough, he's also like primary engage for his team, barring like Ornalt that. But Ornalt's kind of rough to like just be the engage from off in the distance. But
Yeah, and like the other thing too is, I mean, obviously, like you have a really commanding lead in only 13 minutes, and you got a 6K gold lead. But the last thing you want to do is allow that like 1% chance where someone on their team, a carry, gets shut down gold, and if it's also like an objective bounty on top of it, you don't want to give them a way back into
This
this
is
game.
really dangerous for the side of
but
FFG.
Diana's here.
Ooh, nice Zonia's to stop
Nice
the Dino.
stoppy,
ult.
but
yeah.
Oh,
picks
the
up
plants pick up MF.
the 1-for-1 with the jungler. That's
Yeah.
If I'm FFG, I'm like that's worth.
Oh, yeah, you're this far behind. You going 1-for-1 is you're winning in that trade every single time.
Yeah. Especially since they're committing their jungler down there too. But yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about too. Good point. It's like, yeah, basically just you can afford to go into the defensive itemization too because you're over 3K ahead of like everyone on their team. Like you getting a stopwatch or you know, he thinks it might be safe because he's between his two turrets at 13 minutes, but it just ain't it, unfortunately.
Just ain't it. That just ain't the case.
Yeah, Andrew, that's kind of what I'm thinking too.
No.
Is like, just buy the stopwatch and sit on it. Can absolutely afford the 650 gold.
Nice return from Karnartis. Knocks him into the wall. He doesn't have.
Oh!
He doesn't have the mana for ult though.
Maybe no.
I mean, like,
Passive
if
coming
pass-
up.
passive
Maybe
on
the
it.
the
Full
passive with
Oh
no.
no. Maybe if he had a Sheen there, maybe.
Yeah, that was close though. I don't know if Sergeant Mithril intended to do, but when he flashed to get away from the Poppy, he flashed on top of her shield passive pickup too from the buckler, which I don't know
If
if it
that's
would have mattered in
intentional.
that fight.
Yeah. This is good. It's smart thinking, but
Yeah, it's smart if he did it on purpose.
if it was me, you can safely assume it was just luck that I managed to flash
Completely
onto
by
it.
accident. Yeah.
Just trying to hit all my buttons and get out of there, and I managed to do something good.
Lord, and if you look at Lord Loud's items here, it looks like he is going into the Eclipse build.
Oh yeah, yeah, I was noticing that. Which, again, it's not like terrible, and you are a pick comp, so you like want to be able to get that kill. But also at this point, like, you're pretty behind.
You don't want to be in the same screen as this Diana right now.
Nah, probably not even the same rift if I'm being honest.
He is so dead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate too, because like they're going and doing the right thing where they're going and killing the Yasuo. It just happens to be that Diana's there to answer back every single time after they go and commit to it.
Turn call comes out onto Lucy Lulu here.
Joe's coming in front to block, though the last one sneaks through. Orin's getting close to his own upgrade. Is it 13 right for him now?
13, he gets his own upgrade. 14, he starts being able to upgrade other people.
Yeah, every level after.
Can I just say one thing and commend Mithril for it always being on Ornn duty and being completely okay with it?
Oh yeah, dude, that guy's a trooper. Like, I think he's actually. I think people were touching on this earlier too, but like I think underrated for sure. I think he has. I think he's better than his rank would.
Oh, I know. I've been imply that for a long time.
Yeah, no, I agree wholeheartedly. I think the guy's very solid. That's why the TMG the team. I was like, damn, they got pretty solid roster.
Yeah, and again, like there's times where Trevor, and
he's getting lasagnas.
Yeah, but like getting
good damage coming
you normally
out
have someone on your team that's a supportive role, but he's trading really well with the Poppy actually though.
Lord Loud is here though. The Eclipse is completed. The flash Vault Breaker comes out and it will go down. Connor is picking up the kill. Nicely done by Lord Loud there to get that flash Vault Breaker.
Yeah, and he's gonna have ult up soon, so you can still look to make a play here, but you do have Trevor collapsing, so I think Poppy just dies here.
Ooh, a nice Everfrost.
Nah.
Oh, wow.
Hitting him with the wallet, I think, on this one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're looking at almost 10k gold ahead.
Trevor, you don't have to show me up like this, son. Like,
well, no, if that gold was even, I think that FFG probably wins that fight. They actually played it mechanically really well. But yeah, when you're 10k gold behind,
you're just getting slapped with the wallet.
Yeah, you're getting slapped with the wallet.
Diana's already at 10.5, 10.6k gold by herself, so she makes up, 10.6 to the 34.1k gold. Yeah, so if she's there, I think you just don't want to fight.
Yeah, and they're gonna open it up even more. I mean, they get the Herald, they're gonna get tier 2 mid, probably at least one more charge potentially. They're gonna back off and go towards Drake.
I think they could force it, but yeah, you're guaranteed a Drake here more or less if you just head straight there. Diana kills it so fast.
Yeah, and the one bright spot I think for FFG2, seeing that it's an Ocean Soul, like if you end up giving over, Ocean Soul to your opponents, it's not the worst thing in the world. You could try the steal though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lissandra took the E in.
Sadly, I was gonna say I think they still can't do anything even with a nice Poppy ult.
Yeah.
I don't think the MF ult was necessarily needed. Vi did not have a way back over the wall.
Connors does dodge it, but he had to sidestep backwards in order to dodge it. Big Zyra ult coming out. A lot of damage.
That's like
Ooh,
Zyra
Seth will win going really aggressive here, but isn't able to get much out.
Yeah, and
but
again,
I like to see this. Oh, you go.
Yeah, but like the Zyra ult, like that's what a Zyra wants to, like narrow corridor. I think she had at least like 3 or 4 people. She has a very good zoning ultimate, but again, like they're just so far behind where it doesn't matter how great you use your skills if you're this far behind.
Yeah.
I do like to see the fight out of them where they're making the right decisions.
Yes.
You're just too far behind where
that's exactly what I was going to mention. Was just I like to see teams not just roll over and accept the loss. They know they're behind. Like they might not know it's 13k gold or whatever, but they obviously know that they're thought that the other people already recalled. But yeah, I like to see them at least going for it. A lot of times you'll see teams just like roll over and they just slowly bleed out and lose. But you have a better chance at winning if you're at least going for stuff.
Oh, big Diana coming out. Nicely done by Trevor to set up that fight. Lord Loud goes down first. Seth wins follows quickly after.
Yeah, and I'm sure Trevor didn't do it intentionally, but not only did he hit all three with the flash ult, but he lined them all up in a nice line for the Ezreal ult to tag all three of them as
Yep.
well.
Well, that's what I was talking about earlier too. Is like Diana ult sets up Yasuo ult, which is awesome, but it also sets up like an Ezreal ult, MF ult, even Ornn ult if he wants to layer it. Like it's just an insane wombo. Like literally every ultimate can line up with that, and just like I said, even if this is an even game, I don't think even Poppy walks out of that one if they land even 3 of those together.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I imagine they can take Baron pretty fast too, so I'm imagining they're going to probably take Baron within the next 2 to 3 minutes, I think, or at least force FFG to come check and probably just wipe the floor with them, most likely.
Yeah. And now we've got, with Baron on the map, yeah, it is just another thing that you have to worry about if your FFG constantly has.
Yeah, the one tier 1 turret is still in this top lane. That's where everyone seems to be moving right now, though.
Yeah. So, even though I don't see a very good option barring TMG messing up like 2 or 3 consecutive fights, what do you guys think FFG can do to try to stabilize or get back into this game? Is there anything barring TMG messing up?
They gotta really lock down the Diana.
Yeah.
Like lock her down, lock down.
Really nice Poppy ult. Yeah, I mean, even getting that 1k shutdown Diana now, though, yeah, you close one of the 15ks that you're behind, but...
No, I'm saying just in team fights in general.
Yeah, for sure. If they can line it up with, like, being up by Baron or something, if they think they can... But I don't even know if they can take a 4v5 with Diana dead at this point, sadly. It's obviously going to look a lot better than a 4v5 with anyone besides Diana being dead, but...
Ooh, half of Cephalon wins health getting chunked up by 1 WQ from Ezreal.
Oof. Yeah, he's... obviously Trevor's been popping off, but Joe's having a really good game too, 509 on the Ezreal. Good CS.
I don't know if good is the best word.
I mean, in the context of the game, though, it's been a really scrappy game. If you're looking at, like, just in a vacuum, you got the Chovies and stuff where they're always going to 10 CS a minute, but you got to look at how the game's been played, and this one's been scrappy as hell, so...
Yeah.
There's games where I have 5 CS a minute, and I'm still like, yeah, that was fine, because the game was just nonstop fighting over and over and over again. Well, most games I have, like, 5 CS a minute, but, you know what it is.
Ornn ultimate comes out, they get the Baron, they're looking to turn it, but
Nice flash from Poppy, but
this will be Bidoof going down. And really bad Zed is trying to get a kill, but my Baggetsore will not allow it.
He's like, nah, I need to be full build now.
4 completed items at 23 minutes.
Yep, and sitting on only 900 gold, but still. Also, though, he's got 25 out of 29 kill participation, so yeah. He's been involved.
That's the thing. That's probably one of the things I love most about Diana is she's so snowbally.
Oh,
she
yeah.
can turn such a small early game lead into like a giant mid game lead.
Yep.
Love the champion.
Oh yeah, so fun. Used to be one of my mains mid, and now she's more of a jungler, but I still like to play her. But yeah, they definitely kind of had to balance her around the fact that she's super good in the jungle after the changes. Showing off some mastery, at that point. I don't blame him. You gotta show them what's up. So yeah, we might be getting whooped, but look at this. They don't just hand these out. Oh,
there's
they're all
the...
dead.
Oh my god.
There's the
Even
Diana
with the
Yasuo coming.
Oh.
It's just disgusting because, yeah, it keeps them in there for the full Diana ulti, too. Like,
Yeah.
the combo's gross.
I got 50 points on just Trevor's KDA right now. In fantasy.
Do you have him for fantasy?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, lucky you. That's a pretty safe pick.
Literally, in
Yes.
just his KDA alone, I have 50 points. That's
So
nuts.
odds Diana's banned in this.
I would have.
I would say it's pretty. I would say it's pretty high.
Like I said, it was a prio pick for both teams, and I mean, they're just scrims, but we let them have it one game. I think it was banned one game. They had it one game, and we had it one game, and I think it won both games it was in, and then it was banned in the other one. So
Yeah, I mean, looking back at pick ban for this first game, like I think I'm fine with all of FFG's bans, but I think you can go and ban away Diana and let them have Nidalee, because like
I don't even know
Nidalee's
what the
ugly.
Nidalee buffs were. What were they?
Just less mana.
yeah, less
and-
man on E, for sure. Yeah, once I have the patch notes pulled up here, I can find her.
So the cast range is longer on her E.
Like, it's something that's gonna go
Yeah.
like make her
Yeah, nothing
like, make or
huge.
break at all.
Yeah,
Nothing huge, but like
nothing
it might be too like. I mean, actually, I think maybe this sounds troll, but as someone who likes Nidalee but doesn't jungle anymore, it could be something that helps lane Nidalee a little bit with the mana costs. And other than that, I think it's more of a placebo buff to just get people to go, yeah, that's a champion. Andrew's saying, do we see the AP Kaisa mid in game 2 for Bradley? He did play it, so. In true Joe fashion, I said, hey, I know Trevor popped off, but good game, brother. And he goes, I carried Trevor, what do you mean? But thanks.
I guess I don't know. Like when it comes to such a carry heavy style jungler, you kind of have to pick and choose what you want to deal with. And I don't think Diana is someone that you really want to deal with, especially after like last season, how much success that Trevor has had on the champion. So it's
like I said, that's why it's tough to throw bans at him. I would at most ban Kha'Zix into Diana if you're going to ban 2 picks.
Yeah.
I would honestly almost prioritize banning Diana over Kha'Zix because he's very good on Kha'Zix, but he's also very good on Diana, and she is very good in coordinated 5s.
Yeah.
Great team fighting.
I don't know. Did you?
Kha'Zix is good, but
did you see?
You can at least deal with him a little more.
Did you see that Elder play that Trevor had against FF?
Nope.
That was the only game that FF dropped. Was because.
Actually, I might have. I'm just not remembering it right now. I remember watching the game that they lost.
See, I don't, and that's just the thing is like you kind of have to dictate who you want to deal with.
We're ready for a draft, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you just got to dictate who you want to deal with, and it was kind of clear that they couldn't exactly handle the kind of pressure that Diana was putting out.
Yep.
So, but Nidalee applies massive amounts of pressure as well, especially in your jungle, like in your jungle, not their jungle.
Yeah, so, I think Nidalee's just a worse champ than Diana right now.
Yeah, I would agree.
Easier to deal with.
I would agree.
She's not going to snowball a game nearly as hard as that Diana did.
But
also, I feel like not that they wouldn't pick Yasuo without Diana, but like if they get the Diana, they are happy to pick Yasuo. So if you're going to ban one of the two, I think Diana's a much bigger component of that combo because they're less like I was telling my team last, and I think, if you ban Diana, I think they're a lot less likely to pick Yasuo, but like they're more than happy to pick Diana in a vacuum. Like they don't need Yasuo for Diana to be good. Not that they need Diana for Yasuo to be good, but yeah, it's like that combo's just disgusting.
Oh, they still banned the Nidalee though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope to see, just because they banned Nidalee already, I hope to see Diana Kha'Zix, but normally I wouldn't want to throw 3 bans. I would not throw the Nidalee ban in personally, but again, everyone's got different reads on what they think's good. Maybe it messes with stuff they want to do, so. Mm-hmm. Or maybe it's like, you got to consider too, I've been on teams and stuff where people are just like, this champion is just like a mental block for me. Like I will enter the game tilted immediately if they play it, so you just sometimes need to accept the fact that, well, we just need to throw this ban at this because my whatever, like if I was tilted at Nidalee, it's like, well, now I just entered the game already pissed off.
Yep.
And it will be 3 bans. 3 bans thrown at Trevor. That means
I don't hate
Yon
it.
is up.
Yeah. Personally, I don't think you early pick Yone ever, but I mean Bradley is really good, so you can play matchups really well. But the Jinx.
Okay. Again. Go for the safe team by ADC. I like it.
Yone is obscenely annoying late game, but he does have some bad matchups mid. So if their mid laner on FFG is confident. I don't like early picking Yone before you have any chance to like cover with bans or
Oh, it looks like
or
this
you
will
don't see their
be.
mid.
It looks like it will be Hayam Echo on Echo himself.
Oh, that's right. Their mid laner plays it. Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously.
Galio support, I would assume. That also might be Echo Jungle, Galio in the mid lane.
Yep, that's a good flex to have in your draft
Yeah.
right there, where you have two
Absolutely.
champs that can go two different places.
Good, yeah.
If Echo manages to get a good stun off, Galio can follow it up with the ulti as well. So I like that because Echo stun, granted, it takes some setup, but like
It's
it lasts a long
2.
time. It's
Yeah,
like 2.5 or 3 seconds or something. It's
I think
nuts.
it's like 2.25 seconds.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Um,
Oh, here's the
are we
Kai'Sa
gonna
mid,
get
I
the
think.
cut? Yeah,
Yeah,
they played
AP
it yesterday
Kai'Sa
in the scrims.
mid.
So I've actually been
Now,
practicing this. I think it's good, but and he did really good on it. So don't get me wrong. Like it'll probably look good, and he has absolutely potential to pop off. The only thing is like I feel like it comes up to the enemy team. Like if you just remember you're playing against AP Kai'Sa and that you need to watch out for W's, the champ loses a lot of its power. But if you forget about that for like even a second, you're just like 3/4 shot from nowhere, and then she can follow it up in like 3 seconds with another W. So
yeah.
and she
Plus,
has vision on you. So
yeah, and look at all that poke that TMG is
yeah, oh,
showing in
yeah,
like, the first part of that phase, right? But again, like that's the thing where, okay, yeah, the poke's gonna be really really annoying, but can FFG go and I think just have enough engage to where you can't
yeah.
get to set up for poke and you're just gonna get run down the whole time. We'll see what they do for draft here.
I would love to see like just a big meatball like Scion or something that can just put soak those Kai'Sa W's, and then someone that could build a item two or some champions even an item on Warmogs, and you literally just like soak the poke for your team, and then you just stand back for a few seconds and
Yeah.
heal up and repeat. Because then Kai'Sa's like not useless, but she loses a lot of her power. She can't just repeat, 3/4 shot the squishies. And the Sivir's got a spell shield, but
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah. And normally I only like the Kai'Sa. I've never seen a Kai'Sa in, like a full-on poke comp. It looks like they're going for here. Normally, if someone drafts Kai'Sa mid, I want them in a dive comp. I think Kai'Sa
actually, yeah,
like normally I want a Kai'Sa in a dive comp where she can lay down some poke, and then once she's softened up the opponents with some artillery barrages from the W, then you just dive in and just blow people up.
yeah. I think she works perfectly fine into a poke comp, with a poke comp because she is, insane poke with that build. But I think she slots in surprisingly well with the dive comps as well because yeah, she just hits a couple W's. Someone's either dead or about to be, and then yeah, you just ult in, follow up your team, and blow them up, and yeah, all of a sudden it's 4 3v5, and there you go. This is Viego. I don't think I've ever seen Trevor play it.
I don't
Have
think
you guys?
I haven't seen Trevor play Vigo.
Okay, there we
I
go.
think Trevor is gonna pick
Oh,
like an Olaf here.
yeah. I hadn't seen him play Olaf really either, but he played that
I think
yesterday
I
too.
think
So
I think he will pick up Olaf here. That's
only
my
thing with that is like Olaf wants to hard in, which again does go good with like Malphite, and Kai'Sa can do it. I like
I,
Nocturne.
oh.
Nocturne can shut off
I
the lights too for all the other
yeah.
poke, which is like very good. It's underrated, I feel like.
Nocturne's like the direct counter to Galio too.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
really
yeah.
really
Galio,
strong.
Shen, anyone that has targeted like, I'm gonna go in from across the map. So
Yeah,
very good pick.
I really like TMG's draft here. They have really good poke, but they also have really strong engage with follow up. So I like that a lot.
They play Aurelion Sol, or is this just a bait?
It's just a bait.
Okay.
Yeah.
until they lock it in.
Man,
They're
I
not
loved
gonna lock
Aurelion
it
Sol, and then they made him like a weird burst mage instead of the sustain mage, and then I just never touched
in.
him.
Garen.
Okay. So he does have like a Warmog's mini Warmog's passive. So it's kind of what I was talking about. He's not like as big of a meatball, but you can still build him tanky. Warwick, of course, has some sustain built in with his Q, though you need to be able to hit things. So I think it will come
Wonder
down
if
to
that's
dodging the Kai'Sa. They don't have anyone that can just hard soak the W's, but
wonder
yeah,
if
we'll
that's
see.
Warwick top, Garen jungle. I kind of want to see it.
It could be.
I kind of want to see it.
Wouldn't be impossible.
All right,
I'll tell you what though, I think this
I'll be
game
right
I
back.
have to pull. I'm gonna pull for FFG this game comp wise because TMG while they have like the poke is gonna be super scary. I think they're much easier to pull apart this game from like a comp perspective early on in the game. Where Kai'Sa super easy to gank early game, super susceptible to ganks in the mid lane. Malphite really easy to gank too. TMG's bot lane is gonna be really hard to gank, so you probably stay away from that. But FFG, like if you have, a Warwick, I think you actually go and really try to punish this Kai'Sa mid lane, because like if you can get a Galio taunt or a Warwick fear onto her, the only way she gets away from you guys is by flashing.
Yeah, I mean her E has a decent speed up. Like she's not completely immobile. She does have a speed up, but yeah, I definitely agree. Like that's probably the easiest point to punish here.
Yeah, and
I,
then
I do think if the game is relatively even by the time TMG is starting to get their ults, I do think TMG has a lot of ability to make a lot of plays. Not that FFG doesn't either, but I think it's just too easy to make a play with like Nocturne and Malphite R's with then Lux can ult from the darkness and Kaiser's throwing W's, Ezreal's ulting from, while everyone's Nocturne ulted. Like it's tough to outplay that on FFG, but they do have some good answers and stuff.
yeah,
But like Dakota mentioned, Galio does have a hard time if Nocturne plays his alt right. And what was it, like a season or two ago, or maybe even more, when they upped the Nocturne alt duration for the darkness? Like, I think lasts a long time. It's like 8 seconds or something.
yeah, it's
It's
quite a
nuts.
while. I don't remember if it goes upwards with ranking it.
I
I
don't
don't remember.
think so. I think just range,
Yeah, maybe.
but
Should
I
be
could
range
be wrong on that.
cooldown.
Yeah. Yeah, cooldown goes down, but yeah. Now I think either team could take it, obviously, but I don't know. TMG's also probably feeling pretty good about the last one.
Yeah.
So mental is definitely something to consider. Though I've also seen teams get too overconfident after a win
Yeah.
like that, and they misplay by disrespecting or whatever. And I think if you let FFG start getting ahead at all, they have a great comp to snowball it. So
Yeah, I think like just this TMG comp this time. Well, like I get the idea. Like I said, I think it's a much more fragile comp. And I think it's harder to execute too. Because yeah, I mean, obviously you turn out the lights with Nocturne, and then you try to go in. But like even if you do, FFG has quite a few members who can soak up some damage. Sivir can spell shield something. Echo can go and ult back if he gets low enough. So I think TMG have a much harder to execute comp this time. And Malphite isn't even really like a true like frontliner in that sense this game because there's two people on the opposing team doing magic damage. And normally like I
Warwick
only
does
like
a lot of
picking,
magic damage too.
yeah, and I only normally like picking Malphite if the opposing team has like a triple AD threat.
Yeah, it's definitely where he's going to slot best. I think the fact that Ornn wasn't banned and we know Sargent plays it really well, it's kind of interesting that he chose the Malphite instead. But where was it? That was picked fourth in drafts.
Yeah, and they
You already
hovered the
saw
Ornn
everyone
too.
besides Garen. Yeah,
Yeah, but again, like
unless he's
yeah,
thinking, well, Ornn's got a lot of hard counters. I mean,
yeah. I
even
mean,
that though, I don't think he has a
like
lot
you
of hard
you and
counters.
Elias did go and praise him for being the guy to be on Ornn duty, but
Yeah,
as someone who myself, I feel like I do that a lot when I
you're
play
right. Yeah, you'd
in
have the
general.
best insight.
Eventually, you do get sick and tired of playing the
Yeah.
same champ in the same lane over and over. Like, just give me some variability, guys.
Well, I'm an asshole and I just like to, win. So I'm when it comes to the league games, I don't care. I'll play the
Mhm,
boringest shit in the world if it's good. Like I don't care. I'll play Soraka mid every game if we think
mhm.
it's gonna win. But if it's
Yeah.
like normals and stuff, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to play the same shit. I say as my match history is, well, I guess not today, but was almost exclusively Karthus mid for a day or two.
Okay,
I
Reggie.
just go on these kicks.
Okay,
Well,
Reggie.
it's fun, and he's not really mid lane anymore. But I like Karthus. Okay, he's fun. He's just fun. I think my win loss is gross on him, but it's only over like 7 or 8 games. I think
You
it's
run him first strike
100%.
mid lane too, or no?
If it's a melee matchup, I do. Otherwise, it's still Dark Harvest. First
Okay.
Strike's way more fun because you just make a shit ton of money. But uh, Dark Harvest is still better, like as a general use one. And then if you think you can consistently get First Strike off, then I run that.
Yeah, and then so if you run like first strike into a melee match with Karthus, you guys also use that? Do you use that new treasure rune that gives you
The
I was
treasure
looking
hunter.
at it. But Ultimate Hunter's just too fucking good on him because
Yeah.
Karthus. That's like why you pick him. Granted, I mean, I feel like good Karthus do not rely on the ulti that much, obviously, because it's only every few minutes, so you should be like landing Qs and stuff. But like a big reason why you pick Karthus' alt, and it does have a long cooldown, so you get so much value out of the ulti hunter. Andrew is saying he doesn't like Garen into Malphite. Andrew, I can convince myself Raka is fun for beer league. See, that's my support. Jello Destroy. That's Andrew. That's super noob.
Well, see if Zesty
See, I
were here,
agree. He's in the same
Zesty
boat
would
as
be
me, where
like,
he doesn't care. If we think it's good, he's like, I'll just make it fun. Yeah, I'll enjoy it. We're winning. Just...
yeah. I feel like if Zesty was in the chat right now, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, Garen beats everybody, dude. Garen wins lane against everybody. I don't know what you guys are talking about."
Yeah. He's, Garen's good, and Andrew actually, when he first started playing this game way back, he used to play a ton of Garen. Then he started playing Thresh, and then now he's just stuck supporting us. So unless Garen support becomes a thing,
He's got a silence.
that's good enough for me. And he's got the best CC death, where you just drop a giant sword on them and they die.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, big fan of his work.
Also, for my controls for viewing, I can't go and put up objective timers anymore. Can you guys do that?
Let me check. Actually, oh, you can? Actually,
I
hold
guess
up.
there isn't anymore. That's weird.
Because like last game I was trying to do it, I'm like, oh, it's no big deal. Cause,
Yeah.
like, that game, was kind of over at some point where it didn't
It
really matter
might-
looking at objective timers.
But
I can't find it.
No,
Huh.
I don't see it either. That's interesting.
That's weird. Did they updated to include like the stuff at the top, like objective bounties and stuff? Does it pop up there when the game actually gets rolling? But you think the Dragon timer would
Garen
already be
getting
up.
caught out here has to blow his flash pretty early.
Yep.
Nice level 1 from
Yeah.
TMG. They do like their level 1s. I mean, they don't do stuff like super crazy normally, but they love to get deep vision. Like they'll just 3-4 man into one side of the jungle so often and just ward one of the buffs, so they get, which I think is a good play normally, because you just you don't have to do anything crazy, but you at least have an idea of where they're starting.
Also, so I know Trevor's a really good jungler, but once again, like I see Conqueror on Nocturne, and that, like, to me, like when I play Nocturne, because I picked it up like a season or two ago, and I playing it top a lot.
Yeah.
And I
I
like
remember
having
seeing a
either
game
Halo
of yours.
Blades, Halo Blades, or other lethal tempo. But again, Trevor's a jungle connoisseur, so I'm not gonna question it.
I think Conqueror's fine. It might be because there's 4 melee and he feels like he needs the extra damage, but even then, I mean, lethal tempo is really good, like you were saying, because if you wanted a sustained fight ruin, the lethal is really nice because the Nocturne already gets free AD. And as I often forget because I don't use it mid very often, and David, my jungler, reminds me, Conqueror doesn't give true damage anymore, so you don't have that aspect of trying to cut through the tanks with that.
Yeah. Ooh, it's actually a really good trade by the Echo, but he still loses out on it overall.
Yeah. And what
Also,
you don't like to
this
see here
bot
too
lane's
is
gonna be a snooze fest too. Like both
Yeah.
ADs started tier.
Yeah.
Oh, Galio
As
flash.
we say that, but Sivir can't follow that up, so it's just flash for nothing, really. I mean, flash for what, like 100 damage? No shot. Connor just comes in and says, "Nah, this is actually my jungle. Thank you for Gromp.
And
Thanks
if
for
he had
leash."
flash and didn't get his flash blown earlier, he could have potentially looked for a kill there. Oh, he actually is.
He doesn't care. This man's unhinged.
Yeah, no, if he had flash, he definitely kills Trevor there.
So I think Lord Loud's like, no, we don't win this. We don't win this. And he's like, let's do it.
Echo.
Oh,
Big stun from
they
Echo,
just have to go Malphite here?
Yep.
Okay, but
So, ooh,
a lot happening. TMG's ahead on all that, but I mean, you're looking at wave state. Let's see what's top looking like. It is slow pushing to Garen, and Malphite's
Which
already
forces
7 CS behind at 6 CS. So Malphite's gonna have a tough time for a little bit here. He's definitely gonna. If Garen can make that more of that lead, that's actually gonna end up being a really big play overall for them. But
Yeah.
I mean, again, the immediate effect is TMG's ahead from it.
Yeah. Also, this I didn't really thought about like laning matchup wise that Echo probably has a really hard time into Kaisa until he hits 6.
Yeah, and he's running Ignite, which I get, but like, I feel like you aren't gonna probably kill her early unless she messes up pretty, like stands in a stun or two. And Bradley's a smart player; he's really good, and so I wouldn't rely on that. Like, I wouldn't be planning around that happening. And you saw him get chunked out earlier, and you can't teleport back or anything, so it's like, well, now you're just screwed for a bit. So I probably would have taken the teleport because I think you do have kill pressure without the ignite anyways. Once you do hit 6 and have an item or two rolling, you're just going to be able to one-shot like the squishies anyways on Echo. So
Yeah. Also, I like what they
okay.
did earlier. Is like you force. I mean, the Malphite had to walk up, and the wave was kind of in a bad spot where Garen did a really good job at forcing that wave top to slower crash, so that the Warwick had to come down for a good gank.
Ooh.
If there wasn't a big minion wave, I think he could have. Well, no, I mean Kai'Sa doesn't have flash, so can't chase that.
Let's see, what's this? What's this first Drake? It's a hex deck. Okay. I have to actually physically move my thing over the mini map. Look at it. This is. I hate this.
Yeah. Actually, mentioning that, though, like, made me look at runes again. I know, even on Lethality Sivir, isn't it normally like Dark Harvest, or is it Hail of Blades? They're running First Strike, which I don't think's bad.
I feel like it's probably normally Hail of Blades.
Common. Yeah.
I think that what you're looking to do is just throw long range Qs.
Yeah.
And that extra 12% extra damage is a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it's bad.
Yeah. Like we got wrecked. Like my team got wrecked by it. Like with Joe.
Really? Running First Strike on Sivir? Okay, interesting. Maybe that. I do not play Sivir, and our team hasn't really been running it, so I don't really know Sivir like meta right now. But I felt like I had seen Dark Harvest a lot on when it got. Granted, when that build first got popular, First Strike didn't exist, but.
It's fine. My back is already in the jungle here.
I mean, he's in their jungle, so he's got a long way to go.
And Trevor decided to go Conqueror.
No blast gone.
Yep, he's dead.
He doesn't have ult,
yeah,
though.
Crimson was talking about that earlier.
I have Echo gets a stun off, too. This might be Kai'Sa going down as well. It will be nicely done play by FFG.
Yeah,
beautiful.
That's actually really smart that's super smart by con artist. But okay, Trevor knows that my whole team is just down taking first Drake, so Trevor's going to go and probably look to invade top side, and he sniffs it out, catches him, kills him because he does have the flash up this time, and then, ooh.
Oh.
I don't think... he got it! The solo kill.
Knowing the absolute limits of Malphite there.
Lau might be able to run him down here. He does have the flash.
Not enough mana for Q slow on Malphite, so yeah, he's just got it.
Yeah.
That's a good trade back.
Yeah. So nice.
Okay,
crappy game.
Nice solid 1,000 gold lead for side FFG.
Yeah. Which again, I think if we get into like hyper late game, I think FFG, you know, like everyone's getting like 5-6 items full builds. Assuming neither team has a soul yet, I think FFG's comp's a little better. But I think from when everyone has their alts on TMG up until like probably everyone's like 5 items on FFG, I think TMG likes the game. You know, if it's like even state, I think their comp's a little better. But I do think eventually like no one can really deal with like Garen and Echo split pushes too well once it is that late game.
Yeah, TMG spikes I think better in like the mid game, especially like, once the Kai'Sa gets her. I think it's 2 items she spikes at where the W start
absolutely.
Really hurting, and I think she gets 2 evolves when she gets that 2 items.
Yeah, in this build you want to evolve Q right away, and then your W on your like. Well, it's technically not your second item because a lot of times you'll go Ludens or Crown, and then you'll need to throw in like an Amp Tome to finish off the evolve. And once you get that W evolve, then you're like fully online. Obviously, she gets scaled up good too, but
nice roam coming out.
Galio roam top. Yeah, really good job. And again, like that's what you have to do too. And again, Sivir's a champ just like Ezreal. Where, like you can leave her alone in the lane by herself, and she's self-sufficient. It's like you can go and do that. I know initially he roamed top and was looking for an ult when he was on the river, but like Galio ult doesn't really do much if the person you're ulting to doesn't have like CC to lock them into the Galio ult. So he just walked all the way up there and said, "I don't need to ult. I'll just walk up there."
Yeah, if they can just walk out, it feels pretty bad. All right, Sivir's can't get out of it. Wait, is there no fear tether? Did she spell shield the fear?
She must have.
Still dies, but has to burn flash at least. A very nice answer to go. All right, well, we're immediately gonna start Herald.
Yeah, and I was also gonna say too, like Trevor, like when you're a Nocturne player, like every ultimate you use has to be, you know, some value somewhere. So him getting a kill bot lane,
especially the first 2 or 3. If you're not getting anything out of those, like you should have picked a different champ, basically. It feels terrible if you do get like 2 Nocturne ults and haven't got anything.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, double flash the
Ooh, the taunt does
Swift
land though.
Warwick ult, but I don't know. It looks
Yeah.
like Bradley flashed on the Kaisa there, so
Yeah,
my camera kind
two
of went
flashes.
wonky. So,
Yeah, and Kai'Sa flash too. So I mean, flash for flash.
however, Galio flashed as well, so it's I think 2
Yeah.
flashes on the side of FFG, but
Yeah.
still probably fine.
Galio's
I
running
mean,
hex flash too.
yeah,
So like when you're
exactly.
hex flash support, you kind of just use your flash on cooldown
Yeah,
pretty
as
much.
my support Andrew says, you know, he just unlocked the real flash, the
Okay.
one that you can use every 10 seconds or.
Yep. And so Warwick pick up the Herald. So plates are still for 4 more minutes. I think I'd like to see the Herald be used either top lane to help that Garen get that top turret down, or you hold on to Herald and maybe use it for a Drake fight. Try to go and make TMG have to decide between some tower plates and a second Drake for FFG here.
Yeah. I almost want them to use the. Okay, they're using it down here, which I don't disagree with, but I was going to say I almost want them to use it for Echo mid. One, it's just nice to open up mid lane more, but also
Yeah.
Echo, though he has got a kill and 2 assists, he is 30 CS down, and this guy needs to be able to one-tap a squishy. Like, if he can't, he's going to have a really tough time playing the game. So I feel like you want to make sure he's still, like, doing okay on gold. And right now he is, like, you know, it's not insane, but, like, 700 gold behind Kaisa, for instance. So it's, like, even with the kill and 2 assists, like, he is falling a little behind. So you want to make sure he's not going to fall too behind.
Yeah, like right now, like your team is already guaranteed to get the Drake. I would have liked him, to, Ben, to go and collect here, but pick up the second Drake, and it's a Cloud Soul, so that's really good for either team to go and get eventually. But FFG got 2 of the dragons working towards that soul already. Yeah, FFG this time again. Oh, here's the Nocturnal top.
If this was any other champ, I'd say he's for sure dead, but yeah, there it is. No flash to follow, so.
Yep.
They might get the kite. Oh. Oh my god. Does he get. Alright, well, very close dive up top. Oh. And I think he's dead.
Yeah, he's too fast. He couldn't.
Yeah. You know, we've all done it. It just looks funny when it happens. You just go Mach 7 past him on the.
Karn actually almost outplayed the 2v1 top. I'm always like
Yes.
surprised at how tanky Garen is when he pops that W. And again, like
Well, he's got
Malphite's
Berserker Greaves, you know, he should be pretty tanky, right?
Yeah, and again, like Nocturne also doesn't do that much damage at this point either. So
No, especially like you're
He's
doing a
trying
lethality build, which I don't think you should be, but you know, that's like if you have Dirk here, you might be doing a little more, but like, yeah, I don't think that's the correct build here. So yeah, I mean, Malphite Nocturne just aren't gonna be able to cut him down at this point. I mean, they did, I think, end up getting him, but yeah, it was like very much committed to it, and they both almost died. And I think that only gets worse for them, so that's why I'm like, this Garen might be a thorn in their side if the game goes 5-6 items for him.
Yep, and it's good that I mean, they're picking up kills too. But I'm trying to think. So Nocturne, Trevor's not going to build like a lethality build. He's probably going to go.
So Stridebreaker was really busted on him when the item itself was busted. Like, it shot up his win rate specifically, like 7 or 8% or something insane, 5% at the very least.
They're going to look at a Malphite dive top here. Let's see how this goes.
I don't necessarily. I think it might end up working. I mean, Garen doesn't have ult though. Like, you can't do it without Garen ult. The true damage execute on the full tank, like, you need that. Otherwise, you're just kind of overforcing. Sorry, my dog's going sicko on here. So nice
Lucy
ulting.
Lulu with the roam to pick up the kill too. Yeah, the dive top.
I think miscommunication or something. Garen needs to go. I don't have ult. We can't do this. Like.
Yeah, and initially I thought it was Echo with him, not the Galio. I'm like, oh yeah, like Echo can come
Oh,
in,
yeah.
take aggro, and then reset.
But if you're gonna send the 3 tanks, like, I mean, Garen's fighter, but yeah.
Yeah, they just don't have the damage to go and do it yet. But so Sivir doing a good job. Has to blow both sums to get out of it. Get out of that though, so she's gonna be susceptible to a repeat.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Here's Nocturne. Does have a flash, so does not get the tethers. So I mean, I don't know if it would have mattered. It would have been really close. Nice follow up though.
Galio there for the clapback. 1 for
98 Bidoof, who Yeah, it's just real solid support player from I
Ooh,
used to be on AAR, right?
Ooh,
yeah.
the Echo ult for the
Yeah.
Warwick ult bait. I love it.
Very nice.
Lucy trying to flash out as
Oh.
exhaust. Ult's
Oh.
the wrong direction too.
Maybe thought Echo was gonna E that way. I'm
Yeah, that's
gonna
true.
give benefit of the doubt there, and that was probably a prediction.
Kept trying to big brain it.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I get it for sure. So sometimes those plays, it's like 50% chance of looking like, oh my goodness, this guy's this person's a god. Just predicted the Echo E. Otherwise, there's the 50% chance where you just look like an idiot. But it's worth. I think a lot of times just that works out. Yeah, you look insane.
So
Also, it's tough to land it on Echo if you shoot it right at him. There, I think he's sped up from his passive still, and yeah.
okay, so I believe again, since we don't have objective timers, I think Drake is coming up here in roughly 30 seconds. Kaisa did TP back mid.
It's about 45 seconds.
Roughly,
I'll
okay.
just pinged it.
Okay, so I think looks like they're gonna trade Herald for third Drake because
Partner is about to get ran down here.
Yeah. Is he gonna just send the ulti? Yep.
Ooh, Echo does
So you at least make a
one shot.
trade. Okay. Malphite does not have boots yet, not even basic boots. So he's not quick. He's not gonna be running out of anything.
So after that fight, like I thought they were gonna be trading Herald for Drake, but instead it looks like it. Ooh, wow.
Really nice ulti, hits them both and clears the wave.
Yeah, that was
Kaisa
really
says thank you for
smart.
700 gold. So TMG loves that. I mean, you can see Kaisa slowly coming online here, but once she finishes that, I'm guessing it'll be Ludens and then throws in that last amp tome or whatever to get the upgrade or the evolve. Kaisa's gonna be fully online, and that just sped it up a lot. In fact, when he recalls, I think 100 more gold or so. I'm trying to think of costs right now, and I'm very smart, so I can't. But either way, he'll have his Ludens more than likely on the recall here, and yeah, Kaisa's gonna be real strong, and that's when it
Yeah, they
starts to
with
get
the
sketchy.
engage though. Return turning out the lights.
A little unfortunate that Galio gets the shutdown, but I mean, this is a good fight for them so far. Oh. Nah. Oh, Echo's back, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Echo still has ulti, so can chase this. The only concern is getting Q auto down as by
Yeah.
deluxe like this, but there it is.
Yeah, really good
Ult's
Echo
just
play
to be
to
safe.
finish off the ace, but that whole last minute and a half sequence happens because TMG did that really good play to go and clear out that minion wave and then turn on FFG in that mid lane to bot side river play when I thought FFG was just gonna have a free third Drake.
Yeah. So yeah, you at least get the Drake and slow down the stacking, which is big.
Yeah, but FFG not slowing down here, going for the Herald right away, and they're gonna get it.
So, something to point out here. Yeah, the Echo's 7-1 and 2, but he's actually 500 gold down on Kaisa.
Yep.
So-
Scorelines aren't everything, everybody.
Yeah, and on top of that, he gives away 600 gold if he dies, whereas Kaisa does not. So, if you're Echo, yeah, you're doing good, but you also need to play it safe because you can give over a bounty to someone that's already further ahead than you, and the game gets real hard.
He's been giving up a lot.
More
Yeah, he's been giving up a lot of farm and levels to just go and help roam and support his team when they've been looking
which
for
is great.
skirmishes.
It's Echo's good at the skirmishes, so I get it. But yeah, it's like
They're gonna try for this again. And
this one though, you have Garen ult, so I'm okay. with
Oh,
this
the
one.
Warwick follow on the is that
on
Q
the
that
Q.
follows?
Yeah, the Q.
Yeah, that was
Yep.
really good.
Yeah,
Nocturne
And
diving
Nocturne
again.
bot again.
yeah. Sivir kind of accepting the fate and just saying, all right, well,
Yeah,
just gonna do as much damage as I can to Ezreal.
Sivir is she's cosplaying her weak side top laner as best as she possibly can.
Yep. So they should get another charge off here. I don't
Yep.
know. They might be able to get the turret. Kaisa's back to answer, but Lux and Nocturne are not paying attention to the fact that their base is being taken out, I guess, which hey, maybe they don't have to. I mean, granted, FFG doesn't know. Well, Malphite's coming up. They know where Lux and Nocturne are. I mean, it's probably a good call. Just back out, but you might have been able to just turn on the Kaisa when she was walking up a little far.
Yeah, but the gold swing was definitely really good for FFG. You got
Yep.
three turrets out of that. Plus you got the tier 1 and mid 2 at the same time because the Echo gets to go and bully the Lux in the mid lane. So I think he forced a flash out of Lucy too. That'll be big. Lux will be really easily to get picked off if she's out of position.
And don't want to overhype it, but Bradley's about to get that sick amp tome spike when he backs. Get that W upgrade, so look out. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because Kai'Sa's online when she gets the Manamune and then the Ludens, right? That's her double evolve spike.
Yeah. Yeah, Ludens itself won't do it, but yeah, that's why you need the extra little amp tome.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Or whatever. Because Ludens I think gives 80 and it takes 100 AP and it does not count ability power from like ruins and stuff, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, or attack damage in the terms of your Q, but your Q will count the like AD you get for leveling, so that's something. So yeah, just transformed the Muramana, and whenever he recalls, he'll be able to upgrade the W's. So they don't have like any hyper tanks, and Garen and Warwick aren't building any MR yet, so I could see a Shadow Flame coming out. That is the best third item for just like blowing up squishies on her, in my opinion, anyways. There is obviously plenty of good items to build on her, though. It's kind of like Ezreal, where you just can build whatever you want. You want a Zanya's? Sure. You want Death Stance? Whatever. Like, just get it.
Yeah, like the whole shop is your armory.
Yeah.
Like, there's not like any bad items.
Any specific item would work good this game. You can just buy it and you use the stats. So, David mentions in the chat, like, don't take inhib so they can't funnel gold, which I partially agree with, but like you are trying to stack Drakes and that's top inhib.
Yeah.
So you'd have got that for sure. Though I don't think they need it to get that. So I think they could have got inhib without overstaying anyways. Though. So
yeah. So I like to see TMG. Oh,
Lux might be dead here.
Ran down with no flash.
No flash. Yep. Right as Drake's gonna be coming up in a little bit here.
Follow is so good.
Oh. For the core, indeed, Garen. My God.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say before that fight happened is like TMG, like with the poke that you have, like if you're gonna contest for the Drake, get in the river first, put down vision, so by the time FFG gets there, you can start taking pot shots at them, and then they can't really contest you if you can lay down poke while they're on vision. But they just got there a little bit too late. Lux with the flash blown by the Echo, a couple minutes ago. She gets ran down. Yeah, it's Drake.
So. Potential, 27-ish minute soul. Though it is Cloud, the one that people consider the worst a lot of times. So, you're a little bummed probably if you're FFG going, all right, the game where we're stacking dragons, it might be, you might get soul here. It's not exactly the game ender.
Yeah, but I don't know if you're Echo, like, you're really happy because that means your ult, is on.
Yeah, and you get a lot of movement speed, which, I mean, Sivir's going to speed you guys up. If you can get in there, like Galio can ult off that too. Like, it's definitely good.
And Warwick can fly that much further on his ult.
Oh, another catch on to Lux. Yep.
You can't run away from the Beyblade.
Nope. And hopefully can avoid tilting off that. If you die to that twice, that doesn't feel great. But you gotta just realize, well, my team's still pretty dang strong here. So just yeah.
And this is like one of those things I talked about. Like, I think TMG having like kind of some holes in their comp this time where you cannot go and check brushes and go to ward unless you have backup. And even if you have backup as Lucy or even one of the other squishies.
I think you just can't be like face checking as the squishy support. Like you have to have either Malphite walk in or you can check bushes with your Lux E. If Garen's just gonna sprint at you, granted he can flash on you, but that's just Garen. Like that's always gonna be the case. But if he doesn't flash, you can Q him. Though Garen gets some innate tenacity with his W if he does it right. So he can catch you probably, but you just gotta stick with your team a little bit, play around your Malphite, and let him either face check for you or be very careful and check everything with your E ahead of time. And I also wouldn't mind seeing, which maybe they already do. Let's see. Yeah, I was gonna say they probably already do, but they have 3 Farsights and 2 Oracle lenses, which I was gonna say whoever has a regular trinket at this point should have Farsight, so they can check without having Garen go Unga Bunga on them.
Yeah, and I like FFG too, like making this top part of the jungle theirs, like owning the vision on this part of the map, so they can at least potentially like threaten Baron, and if they come to check, you can turn and fight.
So you can see the Kaisa Pope coming out. So it looks like a Nasher's third item, which is good. Oh, dead. Echo did have ult, but I mean, I don't necessarily fault him. You know, you're second tier by yourself. Like, you probably think you're all right, but
Wow, I thought we had a 3v5 and it turned into a 4v4 really fast.
so unless I'm misreading this too, Andrew, my support player, is saying that Even Shroud is worse than Shirelia's, which is worse than Locket, and the Galio does have Even Shroud. I do think Even Shroud's like a cool concept, and it's not a bad item, but I do think Shirelia's gives a ton of utility, and Locket gives just like Locket's just super good.
Also, wow, they're gonna go and force the Baron here and force him to check, and Nocturne ult is down.
Echo
so
does
Nocturne
not
can
have
ult in.
teleport, but there's 2 dead. Echo just spawning now.
Yeah, I mean, Malphite ult is down. Garen has fully healed back up, so he can just
the Lux
frontline
ult to
for
check.
distraction.
It's going to be
Nocturne-
50-50 unless they do something about the Nocturne.
He can't flash though, but he does have the.
Yeah, and he doesn't have ult, but...
Oh, they didn't prep the blast cone, and
Yeah,
he
there it
steals
is.
it. Yep.
And I mean, you
Yeah.
can't blame Lord Loud, because
No,
it's a
that's-
50-50, and Trevor's a super good
Yeah,
player.
That's,
He's a,
that's
you
just
know.
poor preparation on FFG's
Yep.
part, where the only way that Nocturne can get into that pit is by blast coning over, because his ult was just used in that previous fight, and he doesn't have flash up, so they just
Yep.
forgot to prep the blast cone.
Absolutely.
So good still by Trevor to go and I think stop this game from really getting blown wide open, because FFG, I mean, even after that, because Baron's what, a 2k gold swing, right?
By itself, I think it's 1,500, right? Is it 300 for each person? Or is
Maybe.
it 400? I think either way, yeah, it's a big swing.
Yeah, but like so if you look at the scoreboard right now, say they didn't get the Baron and went the other way, we'd be looking at something of like a 6 or 7k gold lead, and it'd probably be getting bigger too if the opposing team got the Baron. So that's a really big momentum swing at stopping
Yeah.
FFG from tearing this game.
And I like it even less because, like, I get it. They have 2 dead, your Echo's coming up. Like, it's not a bad play, but like you said, they needed more prep. But even with the prep, like, you're on Soul Point, Dragon's coming up in a couple minutes. Like, you're not the team that needs to make something happen right now. You could play the much safer objective. And they... Oh, dang, though. Really nice Malphite ulti. Oh, nice Galio taunt, though. Nocturne ulting in the back.
Got hit with the Garen sword from the heavens.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Nocturne ult. That was super cool to watch.
So 3 for 1 and Dragon coming up. This should definitely be Soul. Granted, it's Warwick that's dead and they have a Lux, so they don't have a smite, but it does look like Lux is recalling, so
Yeah, they're both recalling. So that was actually, I'll give Sergeant Mythro credit where his Malphite ult was really good to stop FFG's initial engage.
yeah.
I'd have to go back and watch the fight to see everything, because I kind of lost track of what was happening after that.
Yeah, I think his ult was necessary to not just get like completely just wiped right away there. It's not the best when you're like almost like disengaging with a Malphite ult, but like in his defense, like for sure that was like I think what you had to do just because the situation your team was in. So I think that was definitely a good Malphite ult, and he actually played that fight well. He held up a couple of the backliners for quite a while, but he ended up going down before he could take him out. But he almost did take down Seth's-will win.
Yep. So there's the Soul. I mean, some members of TMG still have the Baron. I think 2 of them have it. I think it's the Lux and the Ezreal potentially that have
Yep.
Baron still.
Yeah, it is. It's the bot laners, yeah. And it's probably just because I never shut the hell up, but I haven't heard Dakota for a while, so off chance you're muted, just heads up. But you probably just can't get a word in because I don't shut up, so... But I figured I'd mention it.
I figured he like stepped away or something, because I was like,
Yeah.
okay. Normally he says something if he's gonna step away, but like I hadn't heard him in a while, so.
Yeah. Ooh, nice spell shield. Ooh, nice
My,
dodge, fancy feet.
My girlfriend came home. I was just
Oh, you're
talking-
good, dude. I was
was
just
just
like
talking
off
with her
chance
for a
because I know both myself and I have friends that'll do it where they just mute their mic and then they're not talking for like 30 minutes. They're like, oh god dang it. Oh,
Big pickup by Connorus there.
ganked my girlfriend indeed.
Yeah,
Got
pretty much.
girlfriend egg.
No, and you guys have
Oh!
been holding it down, so I
Okay.
just figured it was okay
Yeah.
to mute
No,
and
for sure,
talk to her
dude.
for a second.
Absolutely.
Oh my
Ooh.
god, big damage coming out, Kai'Sa.
They did get
Yeah,
hip
I like-
though.
Yeah, and that's what happens too when
Ooh.
like the opposing team has to sit, in a pretty narrow corridor, and you just get to fire your poke pot shots, and like they're not trying to move away because they're trying to get
Yep.
the inhibitor, but they still got it in the end. traded 1-for-1 overall, so I think that's
I am
fine.
Echo. Ooh, Connor is sitting in the bush once again. Galio will come out.
Nice spell shield. Yeah, sorry.
No, you're
Yeah,
good.
dude, Garen's taking a lesson from Faker. Hide on bush is being taken to the literal here.
So it looks like
Ooh.
I'm trying to think what else that could be. That's going to be a hull breaker on Garen, right? I don't see that much as like a late item.
Probably Black Cleaver in my opinion.
Oh
Wait,
yeah, is that still building Cleaver?
No, it doesn't
Yeah,
actually. No, it doesn't.
Okay.
No, it has to be
I think
Sterix for Hullbreaker.
Yeah, right? Okay, no, Sterix would be good though. Yeah, I think Sterix would be better.
Yeah, Hullbreaker is definitely a no-no.
Hullbreaker is great as like a first or second item, but yeah, now's the point where you want to group. So like, unless you just decide like, F it, I'm gonna run it down the side lane. Like, you know, I get it though. You're Garen, why not? But yeah, I think it'll probably be Sterix. I don't know top lane items anymore with the build paths and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, because Phage only builds into Sterix or Hullbreaker, which is really weird for like a.
I think it's also like some mythics, but like obviously you can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Doesn't Phage go into
It goes into Gore.
No, maybe not. Does it go into Gore Drinker? Does it go into?
Oh no, it doesn't anymore.
Does it go into Sunder?
Oh,
No,
I
or is
think
that-
Phage only goes into Sterix or Hullbreaker.
Yeah.
I don't think it goes into anything else, which is weird. But
They changed the Sunder and Gore Drinker for Caulfield.
Yeah. After they changed all the stuff with the little Juggernaut item changes, I just kind of like gave up on remembering all the build paths. I'm like, whatever. I don't play this role anymore. None of the very few mid laners do it.
also, good job by FFG going and clearing out this top side vision. You have Supers pushing the top lane. They push that all out, and they can turn and do Baron at any point in time if they wanted to here, or at least start it.
Yeah. They do have top lane.
Oh my god.
Oh, I mean he's got ulti, so
That
he's
was
chilling.
1D.
But
Holy.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, and again,
that was with the Lux exhaust coming out.
Yeah, and they have double cloud too. So like that ult, let's see, the ult's almost a quarter back up.
Yeah, I think that's just Echo, because didn't they switch Cloud to out of combat move speed now? I think Echo's alt CD is just nuts, and once he hits 16, I think it's like
Yeah, I mean it's
Just
nuts to begin with.
bonkers.
I don't remember if Cloud still gives.
okay, it's Cloud's 3.5% out of combat move speed and 3.5% slow resist now.
Oh, so yeah,
For
that's just Echo.
Yeah, I still make that. I always say that too. That's what I'm trying to get in my head.
Big
that
Sergeant
I was-
Mithril. Galio coming out as well. They had the flash out.
Oh.
Really early ultimate. coming
Yeah.
out of Garen.
Oh, good flash.
Oh,
see,
the
there's that
snipe
piece
in
of
the
damage.
back. Oh,
Oh.
TMG running away with this one.
Very nice fight. If they can turn that into Baron, then that
Oh,
looks really
the-
good, and
the
I think
top-
they absolutely can.
The
Ooh.
top wave.
Oh,
that's-
true.
TP from Kai'Sa is coming out.
Yeah.
This might go down though if those supers keep hitting it. Oh, no.
I think he'll clear it up in time. Yeah. They
Yeah,
are gonna try. Now Echo does have Zanya's and alt, but I don't think he knows or is just giving. He's saying, "Nah, I don't want to die because his timers will be off and he'll be dead when Elder Dragon spawns." And maybe they're going, "Well, oh no, he's going high."
Oh yeah. No,
Which
no,
I think he should personally, because
No, he needs to delay backs here because then they can potentially
Ooh.
do an
he also
Elder
needs
fight.
to use Zanya's or ulti though.
Yeah, he got Jensen there, but
Yeah.
if
Oh,
if he delayed them doing Baron, like imagine these guys' backs took like 5 or 6 more seconds. I don't know how soon Elder is spawning, but it could have been way better for his team if he could have delayed them. from
Elder's
doing
spawning in
Baron.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I think he just didn't think they had the damage, because Malphite ulti's not on cooldown, and there's no Lux there when that happened, so he couldn't have been hard CC'd, unless I'm just I mean, there wouldn't have been enough timer for the fear to go off, so I think he just didn't think they had the damage. Now his team's got to play this really well.
Kai'Sa just gets to take pot shots.
Yeah, this is where you do not want to be, and this is why I said I would have loved to see like a full frontline top laner that is willing to build and able to build like a Warmogs, and just sit there and soak every Kai'Sa W that comes up, and just be like, all right, I don't care.
Okay, so Malphite is on top wave. He does have TP though.
Echo
so...
did just come up. All right, so
Yeah.
they actually did stall it long enough.
Yeah, so
Oh.
Malphite is TPing in now.
Big,
They're
now
putting on the
Garen's-
big Lux snare. The Galio ult can't go out
Whoa.
because of the Nocturne ult. That's huge. Ooh, my god. What?
Oh, she
Oh, that's a
ulted
bolt.
now.
hit.
Still
Okay,
good.
they just ulti.
Oh, no. WSG running away with this one. Kai'Sa having a heyday in the backline here. Oh, and that probably will be the game. 40-second death
It is
timers.
long timers.
Yeah, Garen
You
up
do
at
have a lot to
25.
cut through, but at the very least, I think this is like base
What?
and shambles. But I think it could just be an
Yeah.
end too.
Well, Ezreal at
They're
this
all-
point,
Probably just base.
Ezreal
and
at this point in the game, like just
No.
shreds turrets with that W.
I think they're only gonna get mid inhibitor, and then they're gonna go back for the Elder Drake.
It's definitely the safe,
They'll
the
push it
safe
fast
play.
enough.
Though, I don't know. I mean, Garen's up. Again, this is definitely the safe play. Like, I think there's a possibility you end there, but there's also a possibility you throw it back to them, they get Elder, and they end.
Yeah.
So I think this is definitely the play you should do. However, I would see the argument if you went, yeah, you could end there. But yeah, I definitely think you should do this. It's not impossible. I mean, Garen's running, but I don't... He does have the Sterix, which is what we expected. Yeah, that's going to die too quick, so... Can they wait out the Elder? Luckily, it's just the one inhib that's down, but
They
still
can
gonna be
wait
tough because they do
They
have a
can
hard
wait it
engage
out.
with
I think
Malphite
they wait it out if
Nocturne.
TMG makes the wrong macro call and tries to push side lanes,
Yep.
which is what they're doing. Like, yeah, it's a lot of standing gold on the map for you, but I think you're better off just forcing down mid lane while you have Elder up.
Andrew pointing out that.
And poking with Elder.
Yep. Oh yeah, one Kaisa W is gonna be nuts now. Andrew pointing out that there's the double quadra kills for fantasy there. So
Yeah, because okay, where's the magic resist on the side of FFG here? I'm seeing none of it.
right, exactly. That's why I'm like. I mean, I think the only thing I see, I don't know, even Shroud stats. I think it might have some MR on it, but other than that, you have like a Hex Drinker and a Null Magic on Warwick.
Yep.
And I mean, even Ezreal does like a good amount of magic damage. Malphite's doing magic. Kai'Sa's doing primarily magic. Ezreal does like maybe 30% with this build, I think, roughly. I don't know for sure, but 20-30% magic, and Lux is doing magic. So like, it is very odd. I mean, now you see Garen's build in some, but like, might be too little, too late. I think they definitely needed like a frontliner that could just soak these like these poke abilities, and yeah, it's not possible that they win a fight here, but
Yeah.
TMG
They don't have
is
and they don't have a
going.
giant wave to go and siege with either. They're
Yeah.
just gonna.
Oh
Yep,
my
there's the poke.
god.
There is the flank though. That's a
Nice Malphite ult to cover Kai'Sa there.
yeah. Otherwise, Kai'Sa's dead.
Yeah, no, Sergeant
And, I mean, you're
Missile had
fighting
really
into
good
the,
peeling Malphite ults this game.
Yep. I think this was a really good attempt. Probably the best fight they could have taken. It's just you're fighting into Elder Dragon. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That buff's meant to end games, and that's why. Like you can just force into their base.
Yeah.
Really well played from both sides, but really good on TMG to stay cool, and not panic or whatever because they were behind for a while, and the other team got soul. And again, like if you're FFG, you're probably feeling bad that you managed to get soul and it was Cloud out of all of them. Like if that's a Hex soul or whatever, Hex Tech soul or whatever, I think they probably could have ended a little easier. But yeah, it's the nature of the game.
Yeah, well,
Got
I think
randomness to it.
the single most defining moment in that game was that first Baron steal.
Oh yeah,
Like,
absolutely, and
that allowed TMG to claw their way back into that game 100%.
yeah,
So
So nice solid 2-0 going over to TMG.
absolutely, look good.
Yeah, unfortunately I don't have time to go in and talk to the people. But thanks for casting with me, Crimson Chin and Reed.
Likewise.
I appreciate it.
Rob, man,
Thanks for
It's fun
Let's
to be able
try
to,
cast
I don't know if I've
season.
been able to cast with either of you, which I guess I have primarily casted with my own teammates, so it's fun to get in here and hang
Yeah,
out with you guys.
it just feels good that I don't have to sit here and try and entertain everybody by myself.
Yeah, because I don't shut up ever.
Yeah.
I told you I'm just gonna ramble about stuff that probably doesn't matter, but I just fill the void,
No,
just keep talking.
I do appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Of course, man. Yeah, it's
good
fun.
stuff, guys.
Alright.
Thanks for watching, guys.